Hey everyone, and welcome to a video about the Charlie Kirk murder. I haven't done much on this video because it's highly political and I try not to get into politics because I know there will be people on all sides of this. But today we had the charging document in the case, 10 pages that has been presented today in court in Utah. And I thought we should have a look at what the charges are and what evidence the police have so we can at least know what's happening. Again, I won't go into any of the political aspects of it. That is not what I do on my channel. You can go and talk about it on other channels. You don't have to tell me in the comments who you believe did it or who the favorite YouTuber you follow believes did it. I'm going to read the charges, going to read some of the evidence presented, and remember, your beliefs are not that important. Your sexuality is not that important. Your political stance is not that important, that you have the right to hurt others because of it. That's as far as I will go. No matter what side, you don't have the right to take another person's life just because they have different beliefs. But the charges. There are 7 charges stacked against Tyler Robinson. The first one is a capital felony case. It's an aggravated murder. They believe that he intentionally killed Charlie Kirk and he put people in risk when he did it. This can be life without, 25 to life, or potentially the DP. The second count is felony discharge of a firearm. That's another first-degree felony because he fired towards Charlie Kirk knowing others could be endangered. Count 3 and 4 are the same: obstruction of justice, which is second-degree felonies because he was hiding the weapon and discarding of his clothes. Count 5 and 6 is also 2 of the same. These are third-degree felonies, witness tampering, because of the messages he left to his roommate slash boyfriend. And we will get into those in a bit because I think this is what is going to send him upriver. Count 7, violent offense committed in the presence of a child, which is a Class A misdemeanor because kids under 14 was visible in the audience when he did this. Sadly, those kids under 14 were Charlie's. So they had to see this. And this is why I'm saying you are not that important that you get to do stuff like this. There's also a victim targeting enhancement because he targeted Charlie Kirk specifically for his political views. But all of this is about what happened, what went on, the investigation, and most of it you know from the media. What we don't really know, maybe you have seen this about the scribblings on the cartridges. They are also mentioned, one of them in his text messages with the boyfriend. There is his mother who have stated to the police on September 11th, the day after the viewing, the mother saw a photo of the shooter in the news and thought the shooter looked like her son. When he was contacted by the mother, he said, well, I was sick yesterday and I'm still sick. And she then expressed concerns to her husband that the suspect looked like Tyler. She also explains that over the last year or so, he has become more and more political and started to lean more and more left. There has been a big movement trying to put this on the right, but this is what the mom has told us. Again, don't bring politics into this. This is a person who clearly thought that he could play God, that he was becoming more pro-gay and trans-right oriented. He began to date his roommate, a biological male who was transitioning, and they have had several discussions with family members, but especially between Tyler and his father, who has very different political views. In one conversation before the viewing, he mentioned that Charlie Kirk would be holding an event at UVU, which Robison said was a stupid venue for the event. He accused Kirk of spreading hate. Robison's father reported that when his wife showed him the surveillance images, he agreed that it looked like their son. He also believed that the rifle that the police suspected the shooter used matched the rifle that was given to his son as a gift. As a result, he contacted the son and asked him to send a photo of the rifle. He did not respond. Robinson's father spoke on the phone with Robinson, and he implied that he planned to take his own life. The parents was able to convince him to meet at their home. And when they were discussing the situation, Tyler implied that he was the shooter and stated he couldn't go to jail and he just wanted to end it. And why he did it, he said, there's so much evil and Charlie Kirk spread so much hate. And they talked about turning himself in and convinced him to talk to a family friend who is a retired deputy service. And they met with this retired deputy service and they convinced him to turn himself in. They spoke to police and reported telling Robinson that it would be best if he brought all evidence with him to the sheriff's office to avoid police having to search his parents' home. The family friend also asked Robinson if he had any clothes that was related to what he did. He said he had disposed of the clothes in different areas. That's why he has the obstruction of justice charge for hiding the clothes. But then we get to the big thing in this case. The roommate, who was a biological male involved in a romantic relationship with Robinson. The roommate told police that he had received messages from Robinson about the shooting and provided them to the police. At September 10th, the roommate received a text message from Robinson which said, "Drop what you're doing, look under my keyboard." Under the keyboard, they found a note stating, "I had an opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it." There was a photograph of this note. Then there was the following exchange. The roommate responded, "What? You're joking, right? Tyler, I'm still okay, my love, but I'm stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I am sorry to involve you. You weren't the one who did it, right? I am. I'm sorry. I thought they caught the person. No, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering. Why? Why did I do it? Yeah, I had enough of his hatred. Some hate cannot be negotiated out. If I'm able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully, they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it. How long have you been planning this? A bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it, but there's a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it. I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle. I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle. If it had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I'm worried about Prince. I had to leave it in a bush where I changed outfits. Didn't have the ability or time to bring it with. I might have to abandon it and hope they don't find Prince. How the F will I explain losing it to my old man? Only thing I left was the rifle wrapped in a towel. Remember how I was engraving bullets? The effing messages are mostly a big meme. If I see notices Bulls UVU on Fox News, I might have a stroke. All right, I'm gonna have to leave it. That really effing sucks. Judging from today, I say Grandpa's gun does just fine. I don't care. I don't know. I think it was a $2,000 scope. Delete this exchange. My dad wants photo of the rifle. He says Grandpa wants to know who has what. The feds released a photo of the rifle, and it's very unique. He's calling me right now, not answering. Since Trump got into office, my dad has been pretty diehard MAGA. I'm going to turn myself in willingly. One of my neighbors here is a deputy for the sheriff. You are all over. You are all I'm worried about, love. I'm much more worried about you. Don't talk to the media, please. Don't take any interviews or make any comments. If any police ask you questions, ask for a lawyer and stay silent. These are the text messages provided to court today, where he was charged with 7 counts. This will be a DP case, most likely, because of the reason he did it. It's sad to see how far some people will go because they believe that they are right. I don't care who you vote for, who you sleep with, or who you pray to. That's your business. I don't want comments about whatever group you believe is behind it or whatever in the comment section, because it won't change anything. 2 kids will grow up without a dad now because someone thought they were God, that they got to decide when to end a life. You're not that important. You're not God. Your beliefs are not strong enough that you can choose when you steal a life. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll see where it goes. But if the family cooperates, the boyfriend cooperates, I don't see this going anywhere but upriver and possibly in front of a pew pew squad. We have to stop hating each other.